NBA insider Zach Buckley believes that the New York Knicks should trade for DeMar DeRozan to put them over the top, and we have to talk about it. So what's up, guys? Welcome back to Knicks Digest. It's Chris here, and we're going to jump right into the video today because Zach Buckley believes that the New York Knicks should trade for DeMar DeRozan to put them over the top. That is essentially his move that he thinks the Knicks should make. He thinks it would fit them, and I'll be honest. When the Knicks had RJ, when the Knicks had IQ, when they had that lineup going, no, I don't think that DeRozan would have fit at all. But now, I see it a little bit more. And do I love it? No, I really don't. I don't think the Knicks should do it because it would cost enough assets to sort of diminish the rest of the assets they have to make a big trade. But I do see the reasoning now that you have OG, now that you have Jalen Brunson. Well, you've had Brunson, but now that you have them together, you also have DiVincenzo shooting, even though he would go to the bench. It does create some more spacing that would initially be there, but I don't know if I like that. We saw with the Knicks, when they had Brunson, Barrett, and Randall, you had three guys trying to work, two of them very primarily inside, and then Brunson, who just works from everywhere. Where the Knicks were getting sort of clustered, the spacing was not good. The Knicks just fixed their spacing. I don't think the move is to turn around and just instantly ruin it again, especially because DeRozan is 34 years old now, and I know he's still playing well. He's averaging around 24 points per game, but still, I don't know how much I love a guy who's not a non-shooter, but who doesn't really take a bunch of threes. Like, I don't think that is the move for the Knicks to make right now. I think they should focus on someone who's either more of a shooter still, or someone who's a really good defender who can make some plays for them. I just don't like the idea of adding another ISO scorer to this team. The Knicks just got rid of someone who had a bunch of shot attempts, and it makes them look like a more fluid team, replacing Barrett for Anunoby. And I don't think that after doing that, that you should just go and get another one of those guys. Clearly, what the Knicks just did against the Timberwolves has been working. So I like what they have right now, where there's not too many guys commanding shots, where there will be more team basketball. And this isn't a knock on DeRozan, but I do think that adding DeMar DeRozan would take away some of that team ball, because now you have a team full of ISO guys again. And I don't love that. I would rather the Knicks not do that. I don't think that a bunch of ISO ball is going to help the Knicks succeed, especially not without Mitchell Robinson there to clean up any misses. I think they should be playing a team brand of basketball where they're moving the ball quickly, where there's pace to it, where there's just constant ball movement, less stoppages in the motion of the offense, less ball stopping. And that is sort of what would happen if the Knicks got DeRozan. Now, DeMar DeRozan could be traded to multiple teams in the NBA right now and help them get better, but I don't think that would happen if he got traded to the Knicks, and that's because of the personnel that the Knicks have. I don't want someone else who's trying to take it into the paint when Julius Randle can get a bunch of one-on-one matchups. Now that you have to guard Anunoby from the perimeter, now that you have to guard DiVincenzo from the perimeter, now that you have to guard Jalen Brunson from the perimeter, Julius's inside attack has opened up more, and it's going to help him shoot at a higher clip within the paint. I don't think you should add DeRozan so you could add more collapsing on the defensive end if you're playing against the Knicks. I think that's the wrong idea. Now, if you take a look right here, the Knicks do have the third best odds to land DeRozan between the Miami Heat and the Los Angeles Lakers, both being above them, and then the Knicks just a little bit ahead of the Memphis Grizzlies. I just don't see an idea where it makes as much sense for the Knicks as it does for the Miami Heat. And look, I understand the Heat don't have shooters also, and this also is not Heat Digest, so we're not really going to talk a bunch about the Heat, but very briefly, the Heat don't have a bunch of isolation scoring, where the Knicks have a little bit more of it. The Knicks have a little more guys who are commanding shots, where the Heat don't. I mean, Jimmy Butler's not commanding a bunch of shots in the regular season. Tyler Hero does, and that's about it. And he's working outside the perimeter, so it would make more sense to go for DeRozan there. I think he would fit the team better. Whereas with the Knicks, I just don't think it's as seamless of a fit, and I don't think the Knicks should attempt to do that when you have a team right now that I kind of like and I kind of enjoy what they're doing, and I don't think they should rush to make a move before the deadline that's going to get you with DeMar DeRozan, someone who's going to be an elite scorer, but only an elite scorer for at most 2 more years. I mean, he's 34. There's only so much more time before the age will catch up with him. Nobody's LeBron James. No one is going to be in year 21 doing this. This is a once in a world thing. I don't think it's reasonable to ever expect what LeBron's doing to be matched. And obviously DeRozan is not LeBron James, but I just more mean that staying that good for that long. I don't think that DeRozan's going to be that way because he's so based off that athleticism that I just think at some point he's going to slow down. He's not really slowing down yet, but it wouldn't be shocking for the next 2 seasons maybe to see less of DeRozan and maybe to see him better off as an ISO guy when a team needs a bucket and he's only going to be getting around 21 points per game, and that would fit better on the Heat or the Lakers. So I just don't think this move makes too much sense for the Knicks. And also, as we know, DeRozan does have interest in the Knicks, which could help. As it was written here on NBC Sports Chicago a few months back, while it looks like the Bulls will be sellers at the deadline, they're more interested in trading, or teams have been more interested in trading for DeRozan or Caruso than Zach LaVine, but the Bulls want to trade LaVine first before talking about DeRozan or Caruso. And off of that trio, DeRozan is still productive at age 34 on an expiring deal. The expiring deal helps. It seems like the most likely to be traded before February 8th. That's correct. I do think DeRozan would be traded before either LaVine or Caruso because of age reasons. And if that happens, DeRozan would prefer New York or Miami, according to Sam Amick of The Athletic. That's all correct. It all makes sense. But he is on the expiring deal. And between OG having to get that contract extension this summer and Brunson being due soon and Randall being due not too long in the future, I don't think that the Knicks should go for DeRozan where they're going to have to sign an extension of multiple guys who are going to be starting on their team next year. I just don't think that makes sense. I don't agree with the move. Focus on re-signing OG in the offseason and then go and trade for someone if you want to make a trade. Make your blockbuster trade over the offseason now that you have OG. It makes more sense instead of guessing if you need a scorer like DeRozan who's going to work inside the arc. It would make more sense if you go into the playoffs, see what you need, see how good this Knicks team performs, obviously with a few changes like moving Evan Fournier's contract and stuff along those lines. Yeah, do that, but don't go out there and make a whole big move where maybe you'll lose assets and you'll have trouble making another blockbuster move. I say wait for the offseason, see the type of star that you need, and go for it then. Don't make a rushed move because you think you need more scoring in the current when you have two great scorers in Randall and Brunson. Randall, since December, has been averaging 28 points per game. Brunson is a superstar, basically. Like, they're both score-first players. You have enough scoring as it is, especially if OG is going to be getting you 17 points per game. You have DiVincenzo who can go off for 30 points with that shooting any night. And then you have guys off the bench like Grimes and Josh Hart who on occasion can get hot. If anything, just add more bench scoring. Make a Fournier if you can't make a major move with Fournier, and I mean I wouldn't be shocked if they use Fournier to get DeJounte Murray and then move Murray for another star along with more picks in the short term, such as after this season, then maybe go for some lower level scorer. For instance, use Fournier's contract and a first round pick to go get a Jordan Clarkson off the bench. I think that would make more sense to add scoring to your bench more than it would to your starting five. I think that would be a mistake by the Knicks to do that, and I really hope they don't. No shade towards DeRozan. I'm a huge fan of his game. I just don't think he fits with the Knicks, where he would fit perfectly with maybe the Miami Heat or the Lakers, or the Sacramento Kings, who could go for him because they have a lot of shooting. The Knicks are not the team for DeMar DeRozan. They're just not. It's just not going to work here, and that's fine. No disrespect to DeRozan, but that's what it is. Like this video. Comment below if you think the Knicks should go for DeMar DeRozan. I'll see you in the next one. Have a great day, guys. Go Knicks.